sometime between late June and sometime sometime between
Alright, we are here. We're up in it. We is up in it. So let's make sure that some of my properties are set right. Cool. What is up, everybody? Right now we are about to turn down the fucking music real quick. This shit is loud on my end. There we go. Awesome. Just need to do something real quick, so let's get rid of this real quick. Alright, we are all good. So today we are going to be messing around with this this thing, like a chicken wing, you know what I mean? We're doing FPS movement. So currently the FPS movement script looks like this. It's kind of messy, so please ignore it. So yeah, please ignore it. We have the head rotation up here. That's a player rotation. The head rotation, ready function, mouse input, all that goodness. The physics process, and then actually down here we were able to do a step up function where I was able to successfully get that working off stream. But that is this is pretty much the function. Nothing too crazy. And then I was also trying to begin on something for a platform velocity, but I was having issues with it. So right now we have our rigid body controller in, so we're going to get into that in just a second. Delete that. We're going to drag in the kinematic character, and we're just going to press play. I'm going to also disable the movement stuff for the platform velocity. That should actually be fine. So let's press play, and you will immediately notice that I'm able to walk around, and I can go down the stairs, which doesn't seem like it'd be like a crazy thing in a video game, right? But like it takes way too many fucking checks. For some reason I wanted to work. I think it was the code that I added. Let's see. Step check. Let's just do 0.1. That was the extra stuff that I added. So going down the stairs and going up them is essentially fine. And I can also go up these stairs too. But if you'll notice, it's kind of throwing me around weird. That's because of this right here. So if I do -90, I was trying to get the velocity of the platform that I'm on. But the problem with this is that the stepper function and the way that character bodies work is just very cutthroat, cut and dry. I can't go up this. I can go up that though. I can't go up this, but I can still go up this. So it's a little funky. I broke it. So what I did the other day is just delete that player node and drag in the player rigid body. And in here we have something a little bit different going on. So, oh shit, I forgot I broke some stuff. I was always breaking things. So, yeah, I think it's needed to be set too. Oh, it's not 30. So, what caused this issue? I wanted you guys to see it actually working. Oh, it's probably this. It's not that. Is it this? Alright. I think it was that. Alright, so that made me go the right direction. Alright, so it's just all kind of fucked up. So I control Z, all the stuff I did. I can't. Darn it. Okay, so essentially what I did is I have the player's movement direction here. I'm applying an impulse on the player, and then it gets the platform velocity and make sure that it exists, and then it does all this funky function stuff. actually might be that speed. Let's see. Was that speed? Alright, so it made it a little bit better, I guess, but still broken. So yeah, it does all this stuff, and this is supposed to be drag, and the check for grounded is a little weird. Since I'm using rigid bodies, which I want to use rigid bodies so that way I can actually push stuff in, like for example, the regular player can't exactly just be pushed by, it can be pushed by a rigid body, but it can't push them. So if I were to go in here, let's grab a rigid body, it's its own thing. Let's add a mesh to it. Cube. And this cube's gonna have shit. Awesome. So let's drag this guy over here. And whenever we press play, we're not gonna walk around, we're just gonna look at it. So if you look, it's able to be pushed. And physics all apply to it properly. And that is how, because the stairs that you're seeing moving is a rigid body. And this double checks, it does a collision check, and it does what it's supposed to do. We want the player to be able to push stuff like that as well. So for example, if I set this stuff to be like 30 kilometers or kilograms, it's going to be able to be pushed, but it has a little bit more weight to it. That's the benefit of using rigid bodies. Plus, there is a function that allows me to actually do some really cool stuff with it. So we're going to go to Docs, Godot. And inside of here, go to Rigid Body, 3D. There is a function in here called Integrate Forces. And this is called during the physics processing, allowing you to read and safely modify the simulation state for the object. By default, it works in addition to the physics behavior, but custom integrated property allows you to disable the default behavior and do custom force integrations for a body. So that means we can completely control the rigid body like a player or like a character 3D, but still have all the benefits of pushing stuff around and having things like moving platforms, or if we wanted to sit on top of a chunk of ice and slide, like we'll be able to. So we got some stuff that we're going to be going through. I was working on this earlier. My daughter was in on my chest. I had her in like the little baby strap, I should say, and had all of this stuff going on. I was typing, but I could only do so much, so we're gonna finish up this task here. I was following or referring to another person's code, and it seems pretty solid. So for example, they have raycasts here, and they have a list of them, and it looks like that it just does the raycasts in the code, not by like an actual object. And we're going to verify that here real quick. So we're going to go to scenes, and nope, that's not what I'm looking for. Okay, where the hell's the player? There it is. Okay. Yeah, so this player only just has it's just this. That's it. So all of the like collision checks and stuff are all done here inside the physics process, which is nice. because it's able to get like different vectors and actually make sure that these are calculating properly. So I just saw my sister's messages. Yeah, I said baby cage. Okay. Yeah, I did. So yeah, all the collisions are done here, and then we got the sprinting stuff here, the grounded and contact point stuff, so make sure that you're able to connect to stuff. But this is all done in integrate forces. And if you notice, if I do anything for velocity, search into any of this, all of this only exists inside of the integrate forces here. None of that exists above in this. So all of the math for everything that fucking matters is done on physics update, but all of the actual movement, it's handled during integrate forces. So what we're gonna do is just finish writing out these variables, just because these are all actually really good variables to have, and seeing how he's using this, or seeing how they're using this, is nice to have. So we're also going to do a variable here. We need it to be local friction, so this would probably be let's make sure this is exportable. The private float local score friction. Actually, let me do something here real quick. Okay, so yeah, we got the local friction. Let's just set this to nothing, and then we're gonna need a boolean here. So we're gonna do public bool is landing. This is equals true by default. Public bool is jumping equals false. And then we have jump throttle, which again, this is exported. Public float. I spelled that all wrong. Public float. Jump throttle. So this right here is used for the throttling calculations on jumping. Throttle, and this equals 1.5 by default. Then we have anti-slide force, so this will be 3. So this is again exportable, so we can modify it in editor. Public float anti-slide force equals 3. Let's go through here and set these default values to what we need them to be. So acceleration, there's no information on that. Walk normal, this needs to be set to 0.5. I'm an idiot. Speed to crouch. Where's it set the speed to? It's for speed limit. Set this to be 8. Crouching speed limit equals 4F. Then sprinting speed limit. Let's set this not to. Okay, let's just do what they did. 12. It's there. And then anything else you can set here? Jump throttle 0.1. And then we're going to do So actually jump throttle looks like it's 0.1, and then this is going to need to be a different variable called landing assists. Can't type at all right now. Probably because my server is cooking me alive. Now we need some physics processing stuff, so we're gonna do private float, original height. So this is the height of the player. Start, private float, crouching height. So this is the height that will be whenever we're crouching. Do private float again. This is going to be the speed limit, current speed. So current speed limit. And then we're gonna do up here. We're gonna make an enumerator. Public enum posture state. We're gonna have walking, crouching, sprinting. We're probably going to replace this with the state machine right here, but we're just going to do this for right now, just so that way we have something similar to this stuff. So we're going to do public posture state posture. Okay, that's spelled wrong. Posture. So in the ready function, it looks like that they get the capsule height. How the fuck do they know what the capsule is though? Oh, okay, so that's being stored up here. So public collision shape 3D capsule. We're just gonna set this in code so that way we'll just know it. We don't need a capsule mesh yet, so we're just gonna do public camera 3D equals camera help. Public camera 3D camera. Public node 3D for the head. My vape go. There it is. Magnificent. It's referring to something called pitch. Oh, so it's describing a node in there. We don't necessarily need that, but all right. Right. So on ready, our on ready is gonna be a little bit different. We're going to need to assign this stuff, so we're gonna make sure we have head equals get node. And then node 3D, and then we're gonna just call it here. We're gonna call it head. We're gonna duplicate that, and we're gonna do head dash pitch, head slash pitch. Set pitch to be that. And camera looks like camera lives inside of pitch, right? Yep, right there. So do camera. Camera needs to be changed to a camera 3D. Well, bam. A kaboom. Yeah, so we got that there. Now it's assigning that stuff and getting it right. We're actually going to copy function from here. That makes life a lot easier. Set mouse mode. I love this. One of the best helper functions I've ever written. Let's have a region in here. Region, helper, functions. Bam, kaboom. So now inside of here, I'm gonna need to set mouse mode, and we're gonna need mouse mode enum. We're gonna set this to be captured. Bam. So that this captures the mouse. And then now we have all that. We're gonna need to set the original height to capsule. That height, that shape. So let's open up the Godot documentation again, and let's actually just put that here in this tab. So let's go to capsule shape 3D. Let's make sure that we are able to access the information the way that I think it's supposed to be. Now we'll have the answer. Okay, property height. So we're gonna have to do get property height like that. All right, so anything else in there? I might need something on there. String. Okay, so node dot get. So I need to set this as a need to cast it. I do. Okay. So now in here, I'm pretty sure this just divides it. Okay. So we're going to do this. We're going to do crouch height, crouching height, and now we're going to do this and just divide this by 1.5f. Awesome. All that stuff is set up. So now let's see how they're doing their input code. So let's build our input override. But I completely forgot to tell Twitter that we are streaming. Okay, let's grab that link here. Ah! Right. I hate spammers so much. Doing rigid body based FPS controller in Godot. Hashtag that Godot engine. Live right now. Bam. Share that link. And we are chilling. Hopefully more people hop in. That'd be kind of cool. So let's go back here to the this. So they have the if event is event mouse motion. So let's just do that. So if at event is input motion. Let's call it mouse motion. Event mouse motion. We're going to do head.rotate y, which rotates it this way. These is a different cardinal system. Alright. We're going to do math f, degree to radians. We're going to do negative event mouse motion relative x times mouse sensitivity. Now we need to do the pitch, so I can see why they did this now. So they did pitch dot rotate x equals math degrees angles. Then this is again negative event motion, but this is on the y axis. Yeah, that's multiplied by the mouse sensitivity. And then it looks like they're using a clamp here. So they do then rotation of x clamp, we need math f for again, because it's a float. F dot clamp, and this will keep it within a specific range. So we're going to do pitch rotation x. So this is the value, and we're going to keep this at radians. If 90, let's do again math f at degrees to radians, and make this positive 90. And close up. But it looks like can't do any of that. So we're actually going to need to make a local variable. So we're going to do pitch rotation, pitch dot rotation, modify the x variable, and it's going to do pitch dot rotation equals pitch rotation. Now we're able to inject that in. Handy dandy bullcrap. Alright, so this stuff right here just releases the mouse. We don't need to do that right now. So that's done. And it looks like now they also have a temporary variable here called isDoneShrinking. To make sure that they're shrinking towards their crouch, if it's just like to check if they're currently doing that. So we're going to change this name here. We're going to do private. Actually, we have a home for that, so we're going to put that up here. So private void, or private boolean is done crouching. Return. Wait, how the fuck? Alright. Where are the booleans at? There are none in there. Awesome. So, private bool is done crouching. Okay, so we don't have to do any of that stuff. I hate the way that GD script does that stuff, because it's like, it's supposed to be dynamic. I think dynamic languages they're useful, but they're a little too confusing for my semicolon curly braces brain. Okay. So now we're going to need another function. This is going to be an override of the physics process. And then let's just make a variable in here called f delta, so that way we can always access this as a float. Alright, so head.position equals position plus vector up. This is just kind of creating a position up from the player's center, and then we're going to multiply this by capsule height height. Whoa. Divided by 2. And just because I want to make sure the math is done right, we're going to slap all of that inside of a little thingamajig right here, just to make sure that PEMDAS is followed. So if input is action pressed, crouch, posture equals crouching. But we're actually going to make a helper function for this. So we're going to do public set posture add in posture state. Actually, no, we're going to add in string posture 2. Actually call it 2 posture. There we go. So now we're going to do a switch. Then we're going to do 2 posture case. Crouch. Then we're going to set posture equals crouching. Break. Case. Sprint. I keep fucking hitting that. Posture equals posture sprinting, blah blah blah, break. And case. Walk. Posture. Posture state. Walking. Stream said I logged off. That's weird. It's very weird that the stream is not doing that. Yeah, the stream's still going. Very odd. Okay. Let's go back to here. So we got this in here. We're gonna do case default break. Oh. Do that. Okay. So now that we're in here, we're just going to do set posture. Crouch. Let's just do that. And then let's do if input is action pressed, sprint, set posture, sprint. Wonderful. Right. Okay, so I see what they're doing. Okay, so posture, crouch. Else if this is, I don't like using else's. If I need this many, if I need more than two, like more than two conditionals, I don't like using them. Else if, let's use a switch. But we're just gonna follow their code, and we're going to do what we need to do later. Set posture, sprint. Okay, set that there, and then else set posture, walk in. Just walk. Just put null in there. Should just automatically get a walk in. Okay, that's cool. Okay. So that's being set there. That makes sure that it's a state machine. that I mean, technically is a state machine, but not as fancy as it could be. So now the grounded stuff. To actually encapsulate this here. Private void state machine. Call it FSM. So put all this stuff inside of that. Cool. So now, instead of all that there, we can just do FSM. Bam. Now let's do another one, private void grounded raycasts. Grounded rays. This is okay. So in here we have a variable, which is an array. Raycast list. That in here. Awesome. I have a variable for bottom, the bottom player. So distance down from the start to fire the raycast tip. So this is bottom equals 0.1. Our start equals capsule get height 5x2. Well, this junk is encapsulated. Cast it. Okay. I'm gonna subtract this by 0.05 f. So that way we know it's a float, not a fucking double. So the cardinal vector distance, cardinal vectors are cardinal. Let's look at cardinal vectors here real quick. Vector images, cardinal coordinate system. Just for people who don't know, cardinal coordinate system is north, south, east, and west. It uses an origin point. There's a quadrant, so it's basically just a grid. But this is useful for getting the direction and orientation in relation to something. So that's what we are setting up over here. So we're going to do bar CV for cardinal vector distance equals capsule get. Is the radius available? Shape radius? Nope. Yeah, I guess I gotta cancel that. Get the radius. Subtract this by 0.1. 0.1 f. And let's again cast that float. Alright. And then we're going to do the ordinal vector. So this is correct to use for diagonal stuff. Let's just verify that. Ordinal vector distance. The only thing I know about ordinals lately is just fucking blockchain. It's used to determine the position of points or other geometric elements on a manifold, such as space. Okay. So, direction, like angles and stuff. Okay. Directional, like diagonal, that's the word I'm looking for. So, bar OV distance equals CV distance divided by math F square root. My cat's doing some weird shit. What the fuck are you? Guess a little butthole got inside of the closet. So I'm gonna let her be in there. Okay. So direct state. So I gotta get her out of there. She is something. This is Uno. This is the perpetrator. She likes to climb inside of my closet. I just realized my stream is going at 5 frames a second. So we're gonna quickly look at this real quick. I'm gonna stop streaming real quick. It shouldn't cut you guys out. Give me a... Okay. So hopefully this will be a bit better. I have no clue why this is doing all this shit. Like, it should be using my graphics card. Very odd. Advanced encoder settings. Let's just try this. Hopefully this will be a little bit better. Okay, so we are referring to this code here, and okay, so we're referring to this code here. We're getting a variable for the direct state, so let's just do var direct state. This equals get world 3D, so it gets a world that we're in. Direct space state. What is this? Using multi-threaded physics, access is limited. Thread. Okay. That's cool. Then we're gonna do raycast list, clear. All that crap up and down. Let's use Godot collection array. Clear that out. And then we do is grounded. This looks like it's being declared at the top. Yep. How did I forget that? Public is grounded. Cool. Back down in yaw. Grounded equals false. All this, clear these out. Yes, there it is. So it sets is grounded to be false. Then it creates 9 ray casts around the player's capsule. They begin at towards the edge of the radius and shoot from them, or shoot from just below the capsule to just below the bottom bound of the capsule. 1 ray cast down at the center. Let's do a for loop. We're gonna do 9. Variable location equals position. And now we're going to do position location apply. Subtract this by start. Switch in here. Let's do I. Z equals CV distance. Okay. Break. As I see in here, they're using something called match. I don't believe something that actually exists in C#. Yeah, I don't think that exists, so yeah, it looks like it's just a switch statement. Just enter in the brakes here. These are the brakes. Oh man, excuse me. Up to 3. Location Z plus equals CV distance. Location B X plus equals CV distance. Location X1. What is that? Super fucking annoying. Location X, look, X minus equals CV distance. So this right here is going to get west. This right here is going to get east. This right here is going to get south. This right here is going to be north. These are going to be used for those representations. Hello, Crystal. I didn't know that there's like custom like emotes and stuff on YouTube chat. That's pretty cool. I wanted to let you guys know that I am having some issues with OBS, so the frame rate's gonna be a bit lower than I would like it to be. I apologize. I need to get something figured out with Ubuntu on why my encoder's not working. That's just a default YouTube emote. Yeah, I had no idea about any of that. Cardinal vectors. I'm doing pretty good right now. We are converting this GD script here that I found on GitHub into C#. And after we get it working, it's going to be, I might not do that during this stream, but once we get it working, we're going to be refactoring it to be what we exactly need it to be. So it's just some translation stuff, really. Right now we're doing ground checks, so making sure everything is working around the player. So this is going to then get do calculations around the player in different coordinate systems. To a music system, music scale. I'm really confused. Sorry. It's in C#. Ah, that's fucking funny. Okay. You are the best I have seen in a long time. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, C#. Funny. That's a funny joke. I actually that went right over my head. Again, my frames are dropping crazy. Annoying. So we do in here. We do case 4. Then this is going to be location Z. We're going to minus equals the ordinal vector distance. Now we're going to need this again, but this is going to be on the X, like that, and we're going to add it. So now this is going to be northeast, so this kind of gets in the middle. Northeast. Welcome. You are very detailed. Most aren't. Thank you. Break. Put there, and we're gonna do case 5 location dot z plus equals ordinal vector distance, and it's gonna be the southeast. Southeast location x. That's gonna be plus equals again the OV distance. Add another break in here. I wish, one thing I can safely say, it is kind of annoying how this looks super neat, the way that this is done. I don't have to type in case or anything, it automatically just knows this information, and I don't have to do break or anything, but this is just a switch statement. But in C# I have to write all these other characters. It just kind of gets a little bit convoluted after a while, and it's stressing me out. I don't know a thing about coding, but you somehow make this interesting. Thank you very much. I'm just beating my hands against the keyboard, making rocks think. That's what we do here. Oh wait, you're writing C# now? Didn't know you make music too. You would be surprised, but you'd be very surprised. So we're just gonna leave that one there. So now we need location Z, and we're gonna do minus equals OV distance, and then we're gonna do northwest. Location X, and then this right here also needs to be plus equals, just like how it was above, OV distance. And then we're going to do the last one in this break. Do the last one in this. Howdy. Still streaming. Everything okay out there?
Yeah.
I love you. That's my baby mama, fiance, wifey boo. That's her name. Baby mama, fiance, wifey boo. location.z plus equals ov distance southwest. And then we're going to I'm missing a fucking semicolon. Kill me. And then we're gonna do location x minus equals ov distance. So now that we have that done, add a break in here. Put that in. Just get rid of this extra space. So all this will do, we'll just get just create the little fucking things. I'm a bit of a chill person myself. I make the most calming genre of music. What? Lo-fi? No. What's lo-fi? Heavy, distorted, tear out dubstep. I know a lot of people in like the EDM breakcore scene, and they're oddly very chill people for making like very like abrupt, in-your-face music. Okay, so now we have that there. We need another variable. So is this inside of the for loop? It is inside of the for loop. Okay. So we need a variable for location 2 equals location 2 electric Google swag location 2.y minus equals bottom. Okay, so this will be the ray that's pointing down. This is your raycast list. Dot append. It looks like it's going to be creating this as a dictionary. Click what? I don't see a link. If you sent the link, I'm not able to see it. So it doesn't look like we need an array. It looks like we need a dictionary. Gonna this up in here. Okay, that's smart to put it in a dictionary though. It's pretty quick. So now we have that there. We're going to go through for bar ray in cast list. But for each, haha. For each. There we go. So yeah, that's a dictionary for sure. So then we get the parameters. So let's do var params. This is where the calculations happen. So some of the conversion information can be found. All right, cool. So that's cool that they had that documentation there. Search evil wave tinnitus. Skip to 127. See the kind of music I make for sure. Put some of that on. I will let you know right now, 100%, if it's trash, I will tell you. I mean that out of just direct honesty, because so many people, when it comes to making music, you tell them your music and they're like, oh wow, this is good, because they don't want to hurt your feelings, but like constructive criticism is like needed in this stuff. So let's do this. 127. God, my computer's fucking chugging right now. I have a fucking Threadripper. You should not be doing this. Alright, one thing I always thought would be awesome to do is if I ever got a hold of a time machine, it's like bring a dubstep vinyl record or something that I can play it for them and just go to like fucking Beethoven, right? And just play some shit like this and just watch his reaction as he has a stroke and dies. I think that would be absolutely magnificent. That's dope, though. That's the music, type of music you make. No need for the constructive criticism because that's not your song. But that stuff is pretty dope. I am not exactly like looking for like song requests at the current moment, just because my focus can be very much obliterated. I actually need to get this stuff in here, due to the fact that I am a father and I don't have a lot of free time to allocate towards stuff like this. So I apologize, but no. So parameters from... Okay, so this seems a lot like the physics server stuff. So I'm gonna do array. That. So this would be, I need an equal sign here. What? I need to do as factor 3. Oh, because I'm using fucking Godot variant. Okay, that's annoying. I thought I would need it because I'm converting GD script, but fuck me, I guess. Alright, oh, so it does need to be an array. Okay. How am I supposed to add that there? I'm gonna be wrapping this up in a little bit. But I'm very confused at this because it looks like this just needs to be a vector. I don't know how this is. Add the 2 points for this iteration to the list. Okay. Cool. What the fuck is this? This looks like a dictionary. But it's being referred to as a single point in here. Is it an array of a dictionary? Like, is that the thing? Thank you very much, Crystal. Or Crystal. Thank you for hopping in. I appreciate it. Engagement's always nice to have. So it looks like it is a dictionary. So do I make an array of the dictionary type? That's going to be impossible, right? Yeah. Oh, no, it's not impossible. Is that... Do I make this a dictionary of vector 3s? This is goofy. I mean, I guess it makes sense. It just feels kind of weird to me. Alright, so it has 2 parameters. Okay. Let's do append. invoke this one argument. Tree, let's just try this. Entry equals location, location 2. The fuck does it say this is? Is this just a collection? Can I just... I'm very confused at how this is operating. What's up, Jackson? Really, I'm very confused at how this is operating. So they have it here. Looks like in the array list, again, up here at an array list, they are just creating an array. They clear it. Okay, it's getting cleared. Then they're appending these. Is this just appending 2 at a time? This is a fucking dictionary. This is a dictionary. This is a dictionary. Okay, so it looks like they just append in there, right? Or add. So that creates the array. Right. Dictionary entry. Entry equals. Oh, yeah, awesome. We need to do any analysis then. Slap that there. Oh, we're gonna need this right here. And we're gonna add it in. Using Godot collections or system collections? It's getting confused. re-add that. It did. Okay. All right. I just make it a list. Oh, hold on, let's try this. So let's just do that. Add dictionary item. So what type was that again? Let's just protect that area. So dictionary entry. Let's do new. Dictionary entry. Let's do location 1, location 2. This is actually kind of pissing me off. Very vague. So I'm actually just gonna get off because I had a whole fucking day at work today. No banana bread at work. So yeah, we're just gonna get off. I will try to approach this another time. It looks like just like a regular array, but it's going from a dynamically typed language to a statically typed language like this is where things get a little confusing. So probably just end up making it its own class. So other than that though, we can get off. Peace.